Introduce yourself. And
I'm Zach Stoddard. I run the South Bannock County Historical Center and Museum. It's a mouthful. And just here to check in with you guys and meet and talk about anything you guys wanted to out of the documents that I sent you, which we covered quite a basis of that. So I'm honestly not sure what's left to talk about outside of any questions you three have.
Okay, so last year you said you welcome about 5,800 people a year to your
Over the
location.
split up between each, so summer, you know, obviously is the peak that averages that out. Winter definitely is a little slower, but when you averaged out the whole year, it came to about 5,800 a month.
5,800 for the year or per month?
Per month, when you average the whole year out.
Okay.
Well, that's the math I got to anyway when looking at all the numbers.
How many of those are like school groups or?
There's a few of the school groups that come in. It's hard to tell because the bulk of the students I've noticed, they tend to come in on their spring break. And so in the months of March from Utah and Idaho, March and April, I tend to get overrun a little bit with school groups on their spring break. But as for like buses that arrive, American Falls, whatnot, I haven't had one for a couple of years that just come in to see specific to the museum during school hours.
What percentage of people would you say are in-state versus out-of-state or in-county versus out-of-county?
That's a tough one. I know that Lava just tends to get a lot more Utah visitors in general. It's that nice day trip.
Lava is a suburb of Utah.
I wouldn't necessarily say so much of a suburb, but I would say during the summer I'd go as much to a third is visitors from Idaho, and then the rest are from Utah or other countries. I see a lot more influx of other countries coming in. Like last year there was a whole bunch from Ukraine and Russia that came in to get to know our county.
Tell me about how you dynamically manage the admissions.
Well, for me, when I expressed it like that, it was to keep the admissions low while keeping funding coming in. Because every once in a while I have to remind my board that when we used to do it for free and based on everything off of donations, that we just weren't making money like having a $2 admission, which honestly is pretty reasonable. So for me, I do days where I do free admissions every once in a while and then, so I'm just trying to keep up with certain trends and stuff that allow them, but having military discount and doing other things like that is kind of how I try and bring others in and justify having an admission and working with it.
Well, I can say I walked into a museum in Sturgis and they said $15 to go in. I said, I don't think so.
I do get a few of those too for the $2 an admission
For
as well.
$2?
Yeah. Then I'll see them later with some ice cream and they're just like, okay, I guess the $2 was too much.
Well, you get what you pay for. If you're interested in it.
Well, and you know, I do other things to supplement people coming in. A lot of my returns, they come for our scavenger hunt. I try and keep it fun for the kids and the youth because, you know, in a few years, they're the ones that are going to have kids and hopefully their kids will want to come back. Try and keep it a little more family-based.
What was your ask last year?
12,000.
12,000.
Yeah, we kept it pretty close to the 12. You'll probably notice when you look over most of the fluctuations in income to expense that lately, I've been trying to actually keep it at 0, which is a hard ask most years. So with your 12, that really does help me balance out a lot of the discrepancies and then other things like expenses. Trying to stay ahead of maintenance is starting to prove fun with a 50-year-old building.
So who are your commercial vendors? Who are they?
So I started that a couple of years ago to try and break the gap. And so right now I have 2 actually from Pocatello. I have Idaho Coffee Company And then my second vendor just fell through, so I had to go to another one, and I can't remember their restaurant name, but they're here in Pocatello, and they do a really good Indian food. And, oh my goodness, he said something else.
So it is food and beverage?
Yeah, it's just food and
selling
beverage.
something
No,
else
no.
in there, so.
My board was very adamant that if I were to do vendors at all, it would be food and beverage, to help alleviate some of the stress in town on waiting for food and other things like that. Which I've been blessed to have them keep coming back, which helps a lot.
Do you have a few, quote, friends of the museum that donate every year to you as an organization or anything?
Not particularly. It's very sporadic. I try and do memberships where I send it out, and when they elapse, I hope they resign in the memberships. But honestly, it's pretty hard pressed to even get like the foundation to send me a membership so their staff can come and see the museum for free and stuff. And I have to remind them pretty constantly, hey, please. I'd say I send out about 90 letters a year, and I maybe get 40 or 50 actually interested in doing support that way.
Okay, any other questions?
Ken, you gonna give him some advice about the city of Wabba and their water bill?
I don't even want to talk about the water bill. I'll give you an example why. They said I used 98,000 gallons last summer for 1 month, which I have a single toilet and a single sink. It's not going to happen. So yeah, I'm already a little bummed about all of that.
You have a meter?
They do. I've been bugging them to replace it.
I was going to say, contest the meter.
Yeah,
You know, so.
because I've had them check a couple times to see if there was a leak, and that's gone about as good as being stuck in traffic. So,
I mean, there can be leaks, but if you're,
well, and here's the part that's throwing me off. It's not consistent. So like, you know, for me, if I look at because they don't meter read when there's snow on the ground, and I get that everything's frozen up, they're not going to break in for everybody in town. So I wait patiently until March or April to see. And that's what throws me off is like this year, you know, I used 1,000 gallons for March. So that would tell me that I don't have a leak. April was the same, and now I'm waiting for this next month's to see if I spike again. But like last year, it was October. I randomly used 98,000 gallons in October.
I have a feeling they're only reading it once in a while
And that's,
instead of allocating it.
so there's just, yeah, it's
A lot of
been
them
very
don't read-
interesting.
They don't read meters every month. The meters gas company,
No,
they will estimate them and then they'll catch up every 3 or 4 months.
you know, and gas and power have tripled in cost for me, and I don't do anything different. The same lights are on every day, same temperature I have to keep for the artifacts. I don't have any room to vary them, and I'm just like, okay, you've tripled.
Okay, well, thank you, Zach.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good luck to you.
Yes, I appreciate it, because now it's time to go see how busy town is.
Okay.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
In the immortal words of Howard Rommel, there's no.
They're coming in.
There's no future in it.
I was gonna say I saw them peeking in, but.
In a historical.
Come on up.
Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Good. How are you guys today?
Good. I'm gonna just pass these down. That might be easier than me going around on the table.
Got more?
That's it.
There
you go.
Good placement.
Oh, did you need one, Kristen?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you get a card?
Okay.
How
Go
are
ahead and
they?
introduce yourselves, and then the floor is
Okay.
yours, Mindy.
Great, thank you. So I'll let Megan start.
Hi, I'm Megan Borich. I am project
All
manager
things Southwest.
today and tomorrow, but then I'm going to move into the grants and special programs manager next week. So it's nice to be here with you.
I am Amy Tubby. I am the Chief Operations Officer at Health West.
Good. Mindy Benedetti. I'm the CEO for Health West.
Okay. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, do you want us to do the same format that we did last year where we just walk through who Health West is? I think most of you are
We know who
fairly
you are.
familiar.
Why don't you give us the highlights and
All right. We have two different programs that we utilize through with our county funds. One of them helps support our OB services at Health West and provides discounts for patients as well as the oversight for those patients to get care. We work directly with the residency program on delivering those services, so it also is an educational program.
did you
for
say
the community.
OD or OB?
OBGYN services.
Okay, thank you.
And last year, I'm skipping all around. So last year on page 10, it shows that we saw 251 patients and did 103 deliveries, and we estimated with that $50,000 contribution that we provided $154,000 in care. So good return on your investment. Plus several healthy new babies, so that's also exciting to see as well too. We're working to expand this program because we had both of our OBGYNs leave Health West over this last year. They were both concerned with some of the new legislation that came out and the restrictions and the licensure that is associated with that. So we are looking to just continue to expand family health services, OBGYN services, in order to make sure that those demands are met as well too. And then the second program that we have is our special services program, which is our program that waives the sliding fee at Health West, the nominal fee at Health West for patients. So we have a sliding fee that we utilize our federal grant funds for, which discount services for patients based upon their family and income size. But all of our patients have a nominal fee, and some of our patients are in a position where they can't afford that nominal fee or a portion of that nominal fee. So the special services program that we utilize, last year we had over 1,100 visits and 210 patients that utilized that service for over $40,000 in total cost of care. Without the sliding fee, we did about just under $2.3 million in sliding fee adjustments as an organization last year. So, great service for Bannock County. Most of our other services have stayed the same, so we still have our school-based program where we're doing behavioral health services with the school. We're working with ISU for psychology and psychiatry services. We have medical services in all of our locations. We're working with the residency, so we have over 120 different students, whether that's a family medicine resident or a psychiatrist resident, a psychology student, nursing students that train throughout our program as well. Amazing team that's doing great work.
What are some of your biggest challenges? You said the doctors are leaving was kind of
Yeah,
the issue. Were you able to replace them?
We've been watching the Medicaid funding and what's happening on the federal level, even the state level, really closely. So we were excited to see 345 pass and move towards an MCO. Actually, we have about a $500,000 hit by not getting the Healthy Connections payments, the per member per month payments through Medicaid. However, I don't think that without 345 we would have seen Medicaid continue in the state, and so that would have been a $5 to $7 million hit to Health West, and those patients still need care, and so we would have been scrambling around how to get patients in and how to keep sites open. So the Medicaid program and some of the proposed changes to the Medicaid programs, one of our top concerns. Federally right now, with the big beautiful bill, I think that it's not going to have significant impacts on Idaho. The FMAP's not going to change as it's designed right now. And the work requirements on the federal level are actually less restrictive than the proposed ones for the state. So I think we ended in a great place with that, but we've been watching federally to see what other impacts they might have too. The cost to provide care has gone up, but the reimbursement for providers has not gone up, and so you see supplies that are twice as expensive as they used to be. You see staffing expenses have gone up, and we haven't seen a rate increase for Medicare or Medicaid since 2009, and so that's a challenge, but
Challenge.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do most of your clients come from? Are they Oakdale Metro, or are they more expanded?
So in just Bannock County.
Yeah.
So we service actually all of Bannock County. So we have, help me out here, Amy, 4 clinics in Pocatello. 4 clinics in Pocatello, 1 clinic in Chubbuck. So one of the clinics in Pocatello back up is associated with the Idaho State University's residency program. So that's where we have the 28 medical residents and psychiatry residents that are learning in that location. And then we have a pediatric office and a women's health office. We have our Pocatello facility, which offers dental services, and that clinic is a truly integrated clinic in that it has medical, dental, and behavioral health, so all those providers are consistently talking. So if a patient comes in for a dental visit and their blood pressure's too high or their sugar's off, they're able to pull a medical provider in and say, hey, are we able to continue with services today? And or get treatment before they can. So that's a really great service that is in place. And then we have our city center location that's primarily behavioral health. So there's over 14 behavioral health providers there. And then 1 medical provider who does reverse integration for behavioral health. So if one of the behavioral health psychologists or counselors has a concern, a medical concern with a patient, or the patient needs new medication, they're able to make that referral over to that medical provider who has special training in psychiatry in order to tweak the medications. And then in Chubbuck, we have the location that's in the mall parking lot, and it houses urgent care. We got a grant last year, maybe 2 years ago, for x-ray services, so those are going to be starting here soon. And yeah, and then we have Downey, Lava. Are those the only ones in Bannock County?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Questions?
No, I mean, it's busy.
I can tell you that South Bannock County relies very heavily. There are so many seniors and families or whatever that, drop into those clinics unannounced once in a while, and
Yeah.
they do a marvelous job down there.
Well, thank you.
Dr. Smith, I assume he's still there.
He is.
He's
Yep.
just one of them.
Yep.
He'll sit and visit with you about your diabetes, and all that other stuff. And so hopefully the money will continue to be there, because in the rural part of it is there's not a lot of choices.
There's not.
And they want to establish that rapport with the nurses. Your nurses do a great job. They call everybody by name. They just, it's really well received down, in South County. And I assume Preston's is okay. In
Yep.
American Falls, you probably have that
Yep.
same relationship. So.
We have one in Montpelier as well too.
Okay, so you are filling the gap. I'm hoping that everything,
Us too.
Yeah.
Us too. It's looking like
I
it's
don't
gonna
know what the
work out.
alternative would be. That's the then what.
Yeah.
So something's got to happen to where, because you guys can't keep operating at a deficit.
No.
So hopefully we just keep pitching and explaining our situation to anybody that'll listen.
Well, thank you. We
So,
appreciate
thank you.
all of your support.
Do you see
Ty's in the setting that he needs to be.
What's that?
Ty,
Oh.
he's in the setting that.
He just, the nurse will come in and goes, you got 3 more waiting. Bless his little heart. But those people need to visit.
Yeah.
They want somebody that,
It's important.
will do it, and he does a great job down there.
We love Dr.
So-
Smith. He's great.
Do you see any trends that alarm you, or what trends do you see that cause stress?
Yeah, we're seeing quite a few trends with students in schools since COVID, so a lot more anxiety. We've seen a lot more behavioral health concerns with children. We're having a really difficult time recruiting, so those programs are actually fairly sustainable. We also utilize special services funds through our 340B program to waive the co-pays for those students, so they're not paying anything to see a counselor most of the time. And we're seeing an increased demand for those, but we can't recruit counselors or providers. It's been really, really difficult, and that's a nationwide shortage. So we actually have a higher percentage in our area of behavioral health counselors than most of the health centers do, but really difficult.
Is there incentives coming out for some of your doctors, PAs that are coming out that if
Actually,
they'll
in
serve?
this federal bill are looking
Okay.
to cut most of those incentives.
So, I mean, what a great thing that would be if we could get
Mhm.
those with their student debts that will come and
Yes,
work in our rural areas. So
I agree.
hopefully, we need to watch that too and make sure we
Mhm.
are champions
yeah.
of that.
Yeah, any provider that's currently on that program or that applies in this current period, so we've been pushing that really hard. There's funding for, but it is proposed, I think, to be cut in 2027, so.
Well, Megan, you've been quiet. Got anything you want to add?
No, she's wonderful at
They're
going
wonderful.
through all of this, and you guys have hit on the major points and asked all the right questions. You know, we're the only provider in LAVA,
Mhm.
so, you know, I mean, if our funding gets cut and, I mean, I'm from Soda Springs, so, you know, anywhere from here through Soda is dear to me, so you know, there's just a lot of people that are scared, and it's incredible to work for someone like Mindy who has the vision and the forethought to have all of this just in her brain constantly, and it's,
I have a team that
you
makes me
guys
look
are all
really good.
all of it's been covered here, so I just get to sit here and go, yeah, I'm part of this. It's all been covered.
How's the hospital in Soda surviving?
I haven't been in touch as much. My sister used to work there, but I recruited her to Health West. So, and my parents have moved here, so I'm not quite sure, but if services like ours go away, hospitals are going to be in trouble.
Mhm.
They are anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Those rural
gonna be-
hospitals.
It's going to be bad.
Okay, what did we give these guys last year?
Health West gets 10,000 and Mother Infant Care gets 55,000.
55? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank
Appreciate all you
We
guys do.
appreciate your
Same
support.
ask this year.
Yeah, do you have the same ask, or are you changing it?
We would ask for the same amount, and if you have extra money, by all means, feel free to.
Vote for Health
I know
West.
you have this, yes. Yep, we will put it to good use if you do find extra funds, but
Yeah.
we also know you're in a tight position as well, so.
Thanks for being a
Thank
team
you.
player
Yes.
in
Yeah.
Bannock County.
Wow, we appreciate all of your support and your service. It's a hard job. You guys do a great work, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions.
Okay, we'll do it. Thank you. And with that,